behalf of the Friends of the National World War II Memorial and National Park Service, welcome to this Memorial Day ceremony at the National World War II Memorial. Today we gather at the sacred memorial to remember brave Americans who gave their lives in World War II and to honor the values they fought to defend: freedom, sacrifice, duty, and unity.
Well, this is the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C., the finest citadel of faith for the veterans. This is our homecoming when we come here. I think the World War II Memorial has been adjutant for us and helped us. And the Merchant Marine played such a big part in World War II. 250,000 of us recruited. Less than 1,000 alive today. Highest mortality rate. 1 out of 26 of us didn't make it. The rest came home with brain damage. It's a war that was fought and won by people like those that volunteered to be in the Merchant Marine. And I am at 98, I'm their oldest spokesperson and still kicking. Yeah, it is a big weekend. And we give our hearts to those who aren't here.
And now we'd like to hear from Mr. Dave Yoho.
I add my thank you for your being here today. We are the last of a breed who you sponsored to represent you, your families. December 7th, 1941, the Empire of Japan struck Pearl Harbor and started what we called our war. We were a country of 130 million and we put 16,200,000 of them in uniform, and 440,000 of them didn't come home. And when you see a star representing 100 men, contemplate that each one of these people had an attachment to a mother, father, son, daughter, brother, sister. They are our family. We stand on this hollow ground, and we appreciate, despite the inclement weather, you have seen fit to be with us this day. We represent a body of people who are known as Merchant Marine. Now, the Merchant Marine, the way we did it was only in wartime, because we came in under the U.S. Maritime Service. They recruited 250,000 of us. We lost 733 ships and the highest mortality rate of any group that served in that war. But God is great and God is good, and he kept this old sucker alive. I'm going to be 98 years old in 6 weeks, and I take no apologies at any time for the time I take to tell you, without you, this wouldn't exist. I have a deep affection for everything here and what they stand for. There's a woman that runs all this. She's very shy about being noticed this way, but this place operates under Holly Rotundi. And if you ask yourself why you're here today, drink in the speciality of this place. Everything is remembered, every state, and ask somebody why the states are not alphabetical, and you'll find the treasure. Go over and see something there called Mermance, and look at that pool of water. It represents the first convoy. 34 ships taking from this island of America to the 5 continents of the world where our men and women served. Now, women didn't go in combat in World War II. But look at that. That's called the Mermance Run. 34 ships. June of 1942. Now, I want to ask you something. 34 ships had people on them. 34 ships had your bloodlines on there. Every race, every creed, is remembered. And of those 34 ships, we were surrounded by 32 combat ships to make sure all the goods could get through to our Russian allies. 5 days out of Reykjavik, 5 days out of Murmansk, the Germans flew in and took us apart because an English commander pulled the troops away. And those 34 ships sailed out there. And the tragedy is that only 11 of them made it. That's the story. So who are we here today? We are here to toll the bell for those who we honor in rest. Toll the bell for every military unit. They asked me once on a news interview, and I've spoken all over the world now. I'm no novice at this microphone. I'll be brief. But they want to ask you a question, and so on the national network they said to me, how old were you when you went in? I said, 16. They were recruited at 16 because we had to keep dropping the ages. It used to be 18. Even the Marine Corps and the Navy were 18. Then they dropped it to 17. No question why, we didn't have the manpower. We recruited down to 16. He said to me, do you ever think it was a mistake going in at that age? I said, yeah. He said, when did you realize it? The day I got there. When you're 16, you're a child playful in your streets, and the day you enter the military, that stops. And our dedication to what was done is apparent. Your dedication, even you up there on the balconies, your dedication to us is apparent. And we thank you when we kneel in obedience to our God and our Maker, and we include your names in our prayer, that you will continue to serve our needs. And I end with something that I like to do. It may seem theatrical to you. There was a marvelous hymn. It was Gaelic. It's a Gaelic hymn, and so sung in the churches. It was called Londonderry Air. It got no publicity. We didn't even know about it. But then in 1926, they wrote English words. And they're about a father saying goodbye to his son, to the skirl of a bagpipe. And he says, Danny boy, oh Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen, and down the mountainside the summer's gone and all the flowers are dying, but it is here between you and I. And then I paraphrased the last stanzas of that song. I changed some of the words. And it's about us. It's about you. It's about this whole place. And here's the paraphrase. Should I return and the guns of war are silent, yet I am here, and here I may well be. Please come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave, a prayer for me, and I shall hear, though soft yet tread above me, and in my tomb 'twill warm and sweeter be, if you'll not fail to say you honor me then I and they will sleep in peace for all eternity. Tell your friends about this place. Tell your friends about the fact that you stood in the rain to hear us today. Tell the friends about your dedication. And then tell them about us. Tell them about veterans and say to them, we gave up our yesterdays for your tomorrows. And if they say to you then, who did you hear speak these words? Tell them it was a 16-year-old boy in the heart and mind and body of a 98-year-old veteran of World War II. God bless America. God bless this unit. God bless you for coming.
David, thank you. Thank you. Please rise for the playing of taps. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for joining us to honor the fallen. May we always remember their sacrifice and carry their legacy forward.